Okay, so today is 20th of April 20.
Yeah, April.
Today is April 20, 2022, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday, the 20th of April 2022. And we just got married.
Yay!
Officially. Oh my God, how do you feel?
I'm happy. I'm excited. I think because I had expected today to be a stressful day, and we are doing this around 11:50, recording this around 11:50.
Yes, this is 11:50 a.m.
We are back home. So I think I'm also very relieved that I'm not even as stressed as I thought. Like in my head, the entire day was going to be gone.
Yes, and the thought of that alone was stressing me out already. Like,
Exactly.
oh my God, are we going to have to be there for the rest of the day? What if we don't get to do it today and they now say, oh, come back tomorrow?
Oh, no.
Like, what's worse?
No,
But even if they don't tell us come back tomorrow, like maybe we'll not be leaving there very late.
Mm-hmm.
The thought of that was already stressing me. But it was fast. No, maybe we got there very early. We were deliberate about getting there.
Very, very early is making
It's
it sound
relative.
like
And
we
I
got
think
there,
we're
like,
just lucky.
because maybe it's also the day.
Very early. It's not like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
We got there 7:35
thereabouts,
ish.
yeah.
And on some other days that could be like late already.
Yes, exactly.
So today is just a blessed day, you know. God made it easy for us.
Exactly. We prayed
Okay.
about it, so, yeah.
Yes. So now let's talk about the event, the whole Ikoyi Registry thing.
Yeah.
What was the process like? I know you were the one that made the inquiry, reached out to who did the application and everything. And I feel like some people that have not done this before, they want to know how to go about it so that they can have like an itch-free experience and registration. So please, sir, can you tell us the first step you took?
So first
Please,
step
sir,
was
be audible.
yes, ma'am. All right. So the first step really for me was I got the contact of the person that I used from one of my friends, and when I reached out to her, she sort of like just gave me like the breakdown.
She works there.
She works there. Yes, she works in the registry. So when I spoke to her, she just told me that I need to fill certain information. We need to have like identity cards or like some form of national ID. So either you have your NIN, your passport, like those identification that
Valid identification.
that could be used. So I think that was the first thing, and then afterwards, once we made sure that we had all the identification, was to give us like a list of things to submit. So you would submit your IDs, you submit your IDs, you submit your birth certificate, you submit passport photograph.
Submit to her.
You submit
to
to her.
whoever you reach
Yeah,
out to. Or
yeah.
is it an online submission?
So the funny thing is that you could do this yourself, right? You could start the process by yourself online. Yes, so people can do that online, but even while you come to, but you know, like everything in Nigeria it has commerce, so people just rather not take the risk and just
go
give
there
you,
by yourself.
Yeah. So once you do it, they'll just tell you, like, if you submit everything to her, the day you are coming for, either the day you are coming for your actual ceremony,
okay,
or maybe the day you are going for your oath, you would go, you would bring all the documents that you have sent.
Okay, sorry, let me come in. So once your application, or once you've applied, the event is a 2-day thing. A day before the actual wedding, there is like a counseling session or oath taking. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, oath taking.
Oath taking, and then the next day is usually the wedding. So the day before the wedding is the oath taking. That's the day you actually go with your.
But I don't know if it is the day
your
before,
documents.
because some people, when we went there, someone like, when are you getting married? So I think they batch.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
even if
exactly
your
sure.
oath is today, for example,
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mean the wedding is going to be tomorrow.
Exactly.
Okay, but for us, it was, we
Yes.
followed each other.
Exactly.
Our oath was yesterday, and then the wedding today.
Yeah. So there's also one thing, maybe just to note, that the process is not immediate. It's not that if you want to get married next week, you now start your registration today.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
have to have started.
Yeah, so it takes
like
20 working days, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So if you apply today, then 20 plus days, then you get the date for your actual court. So if there's a particular date that you are trying to aim for, you could also talk to the person to help you or if you want to do it yourself, you could also like do that yourself. So it takes about 20 working days. So just keep that buffer in mind when you're trying to do your registration. Otherwise, exactly.
Okay, so if I get you, you're saying that whenever you want to get married, 20 days before the day, at least 20 days before,
20 working days.
20 working days before the day you feel is convenient for you and your spouse, reach out to someone that works there, or you could actually go there physically to make inquiries, or online. But if you want it to be very fast and so that you can actually monitor your application yourself, you can do it physically. Go there, meet someone that works there. They would ask you to submit your documents, your valid identification. They will ask for your names, occupation, all those necessary information, and then they will assign a date, 2 dates, one for oath taking, and then the second day for the actual event. So what did we do at the oath taking? There was counseling. They told us the do's and don'ts of the Ikoyi Registry. Then we took an oath and pictures.
There was also counseling about marriage, basically.
Not so deeply. That is not enough. If you are getting married, they just touched the surface. And then that was that for yesterday. Then today they told us our time was 8 o'clock.
No, there was no time.
There was no time, but we had aired. That is why, if you are watching this video, you can thank us later. It is first come, first serve. The earlier you get there, the better for you, because the time when you get there, you get a number. So some of our friends have told us that when they did theirs, when they got there about at 6 a.m. thereabout, they were number 100 and something. So we're deliberate about leaving early and getting there on time. Even at that, we got there 7:35 ish and we're number 41. So I think today is just a good day. Not so many people were there, maybe compared to other days. So we can't really say that if you get there by this time you'll be this number, if you get there by that. It depends on the number of people that.
And also to just add that you will not be allowed to enter if your witnesses are
Yes, that was one thing we got to know from the oath, the counseling that happened yesterday. You know, I said they will tell you the do's and don'ts. When you get there, you have to be there with 2 of your witnesses, either of your parents or 2 witnesses, and you will not be allowed into the venue if those 2 witnesses are not there with you. So in as much as you're planning to get there early, also carry your witnesses along. Let them also get there at the same time with you, so you guys can live together and make sure you get there together, because without them you won't be allowed to enter. So when you get there and they see your witnesses, they will not give you a number that your number this and that. Then after the number, we entered, and then they called us
into the, what I call that thing?
Hall.
Yeah, into the hall, basically.
What was the first thing? Documentation.
Yeah, it was documentation. So they called
the number.
No, it wasn't by number. Basically, it was by the documents that he had. Okay, yeah, by the number. Actually, the number from the gate.
From the gate.
From the gate. So after, like, they'll call you, everybody, to have they'll give you your document, basically the hard copy.
You know, you had submitted your document before. They'll not give you back now.
Yeah. So they'll give you everything, all the passports, the birth certificate, all of them. They shall give you everything. Everything's together. It's all stapled together. And then they'll use the numbers to call you guys in to come and do documentation.
So that's to verify that your information is correct before they fill it out on the actual original certificate. So documentation is just to verify that the information you dropped while you were applying is like totally correct.
Yes, and to also add, right, the main reason why it is done this way is because they're using hand to write on that certificate.
Yeah.
So you need to just make sure. So if maybe during the what is it called, they made a mistake where they put last name as first name,
you would have to pay again. So to make sure that there's no mistake, you have to do your documentation and verify that every information is correct. I wanted to talk about the rule about this, but I'll talk about it later. So after documentation,
so after we were done with documentation, we went back into the hall. We
were struggling to remember, like, it happened. I mean, we're married, so what else?
I swear. So I mean, we went back into the hall, and they called us back to get our witnesses. So
yes, after documentation, you now come in with those witnesses that entered from the gate. There's a place where they will sit down. They won't follow you to do documentation. After you've done your documentation, they will now call you to come in with your witnesses, and then the actual joining would occur.
Yeah, well, that joining is speed, because
the woman just did.
As the woman was just like, I was like,
we could not even hear what she was saying. She was trying to tell us the rules about marriage.
But like
applies
she
to
don't
Nigeria.
cram am.
But
Like,
the woman don't
she
cram
knows
am.
every, and you know
The same thing she'll tell this couple is what she'll tell. I can't imagine how many years she has been doing. So it's just in her brain. She just read and blah, blah, blah.
As she's saying it, says she was already writing on the. So it's like it's something like she already sees on a regular.
Yeah.
She can just be closing her eyes and just be telling you. When she just talk.
And the whole process of the joining, I think it was like 10 minutes. Was it even up to 10 minutes?
It was less.
It was really fast.
Yeah.
So the real thing, even the documentation was fast.
Yeah.
But you know there will be a lot of people, so you have to go in only when they call you.
Yeah.
So
let's also add that probably as you are going in for your oath, some guys will be telling you that you should buy face mask. Don't listen to them.
Who knows? By the time I post these videos, there may be a rule to use face masks. Okay. Anyway, so after the joining, we got our certificate, and the woman told us that it must not be laminated and it should not be folded. So you can just roll it. It can only be rolled. And then we bought this. What's it called? You know this thing you used to see people in Ikoyi Registry use.
Hey, what's in there? They call them by.
Scroll. So you can put it in the scroll.
Let it not be that the two people are Olodos.
We got this for 1,000 naira.
Yeah.
And where is that book? Plus one book like that, Sha.
So just to also add, right, when you're going for the oath taking, advise you hold your urgent 2K, because they will tell you to take picture, and they will that oath, this thing that we paid money for, did they give us picture? Nothing, no.
It's just their way of extorting people and making money. Even today, if you know how many times they told us to drop money for this and this, even to park, 1,000. They were 500 naira on it, but now 1,000 they collect just to park your car. So
I would advise you as well, like, make sure that you to enter, the first thing you do is first pay 1,000. That one is standard fee. I mean, like, once you are in, they will give you one paper. That's the paper that you will use for is 1,000. So just hold on to it. Then after that, there are other places where they will still try and collect money from. Even at the joining side.
I forgot to mention. Oh my God.
Even
wedding ring. They'll ask for a wedding ring.
Yeah. So you can either use a wedding ring or Bible.
Yeah, see that wedding ring or Bible.
So it depends on what's
for the joining.
Yeah. Then at that joining place, that woman that is doing all the bar, she will ask for
money too from you, your spouse, and your parents.
People should be coded when you are doing this, you know, because any amount you give,
I should actually collect.
But she will say during our time, she said husband 2,000,
wife 2,000, parents any amount.
They already told me this OT, so we just gave her what we had. But just be wise. If you give her plenty, she will collect the plenty.
If you give her small too, it's not a do or die affair.
So I will not tell you how you should drop your money. It is, but just make sure that you have cash on you, because you would need it even at that place. You know how Nigeria is now. Everything, money will shall move hands. But just make sure you have cash on you, because it will really help. Okay, thank you for watching. Please do well to subscribe, like, share. You should tell them your new surname now. So the surname she's no longer Blessing. Agbede Blessing. I'm still Blessing Smith. B Smith, Sister B, anyone. But I'm now Mrs. F. Mrs. F. I'm now Mrs. F. Mrs. Faladay. Say you're happy. My brain cannot really process it. Like, so if I now want to fill a form, the problem with you is that the surname is not sweet to your ear. If I want to fill a form now, it's no more. Assuming my surname was like Johnson now, like Blessing Johnson. She's like, woo! Or Blessing Williams. She's like, woo! Well, because the name is one thick Yoruba or Shun name. Blessing Faladay. It's still sweet. It's sweet how you want it to be. BSF, Blessing Smith Faladay. That works, BSF. B Smith is actually Jumoke that gave me the idea of BSF. BSF makes sense. Actually BSF makes sense, yeah. BSF. It makes sense. Anyways, I'm happy to be married to you. We should ideally seal this. By the way, this baby didn't kiss me at the registry. Can you imagine? They said that we should kiss in the joining. I don't understand why are you shy? Because your mom was there. How would I even, when you face me, I said, don't kiss me. Yes, that's what you said. Your mom wasn't even looking up. That's why she was not even looking. Yes, so maybe we can kiss for the YouTuber. By that time, we're officially it's not. We're officially now. See my ring, my wife. But yeah, J to me. I beg before I forgot to do intro, so I'm just going to do the YouTube intro. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi guys, let me start properly. Okay.
Yeah, face the camera now.
All right.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here with my husband and we just got married.
If you are here for the first time, please subscribe.
Yes.
Also like.
Yes.
Support our ministry.
Yes.
Because it's my wife's ministry, it's my ministry as well.
Yes.
So support us. God bless you.
Bye guys. Mr. and Mrs. F signing out.
We should sign out with a kiss.
Okay, baby.
Mwah.